guys, we'll go ahead and get started. First off, I want to welcome you guys to the third annual Metter College and Career Academy Career Signing Day. This was a dream several years ago. Our board, our superintendent had a dream to really provide some opportunities for our students, maybe in a little bit of a non-traditional way to get them exposed to our local industry and our local opportunities, to provide them with some training while they're in high school to land some careers later on. This is the fruit of what this has become, okay? I want to introduce to you guys as we move forward. Our CTAE director is going to speak to you next. This is Dr. Robbie Dollar. He is going to come and give you a little bit of information there, but guys, I want to welcome you and thank you guys for being here today.
You know, as time goes on, you begin to look at your practices and you want to be better and better at your particular practices. You know, our business is to try to educate students, and when you look at education, that really is wide and diverse. Okay, we can be guilty of sometimes just thinking in regards to English and math and science and social studies, but there's much more to educating a child or a student. And, we've been very fortunate within this district, especially over the last 15 years or so, where we've been very purposeful about trying to educate the entire child. Approximately 5 years ago, it was determined by our Board of Education and Central Office leadership that we had a great need to instill in students an understanding that just graduating from high school is not quite enough. We celebrate those students that are graduating from high school, and we give them kudos for accomplishing that goal. But in reality, that's what we all should do, right? If you're coming to school, the idea or the goal is, I'm going to complete this particular task. What I do while I'm going through that task is what's really important. Again, we want our students to be able to read and to write. We want our students to be able to computate or do mathematical concepts. We want our students to understand things regarding physics and chemistry and things of that nature. But we also want them to understand that I have an opportunity and I need to take advantage of my opportunity to do something for myself, something for my family, something for my community. And a large part of that is by getting up and going to work. When we established the College and Career Academy, that was one of our main focuses, was trying to help students understand that working is a God-given privilege and it's something that we need to take advantage of. Now, what you work in is really up to a lot of different factors. But the most important factor is, what am I willing to do to get to that goal? How am I going to accomplish this goal that I've established for myself, with help from my parents or grandparents, with help from my instructors, with help from aunts and uncles, whoever may be within my network of people. That circle of influence where they are the ones helping to guide me, to shape me, to mold me to be all that I can be. Now, that just does not happen within the confines of this school, and it certainly does not just happen within the confines of the home. Those are two integral parts of that, but there's another part to that. And today we recognize that there's been a lot of support from our community or our area that says this is important, and it's so important that we want to give back. We want to give back sometimes financially. We want to give back in opportunities to learn real life applicable skills through a work-based learning experience, an internship, an apprenticeship, whatever the case may be. Ms. Victoria Gayton has served on the board of the College and Career Academy since its inception. Again, about 5 years when we established that. She's been very instrumental in a lot of different aspects of our development, but one of those that she is so good at and has been very instrumental in is eliciting help from our community members. So in just a moment, she's going to come forward and share just a little bit of that. You can see that there's a sponsored banner or sign over here. And there's more people that have contributed to the overall success of the College and Career Academy. But I want to express to you that that we have a great understanding within the Campbell County School District of just what it means for our community to be partners. And again, we are developing as we go. When we first started this particular event, very similar in nature, if you will, to those students that were celebrating for signing an athletic scholarship. We're proud of those students that sign athletic scholarships. But the vast, vast, vast majority of our students are not going to sign an athletic scholarship. But all of our students need to be prepared to go to that next step, whether that's continue their education. There's some post-secondary partner like OTC, STC, Georgia Southern, East Georgia College, Mercer, University of Georgia, whatever the case may be, or whether that's going into the world of work. We want to celebrate them for knowing what their next steps are going to be. This year, we've included some Metter High School students, so even though we have a tendency to say Metter College and Career Academy, and we're very proud of that, we are really celebrating Campbell County students to a degree, right? And we're also recognizing some underclassmen this year because they're going to have some really unique experiences this summer between their junior and their senior years, right? We want to get the good news out that we have great partners and we have some great experiences for our students to learn real world skills. So I'm going to ask Ms. Victoria Gayton to come up and talk just a little bit about some of our assistants and what she's been experiencing within our community.
Good morning, y'all. Robbie Dollar is a tough act to follow. He's given everything. So one of the things, though, that I do want to reiterate is you see the businesses up there. Some are returning sponsors for the scholarships that we will give out to each student today, whether they're going into a career or to an internship. Some of them are new, some of them are returning. Like I said, it's very easy. I collect sponsorships for many things in the community, and this is probably the easiest event that I collect for. So I think that just goes to show how invested that our community businesses are in seeing the success of our students within Campbell County. So I'll just say them really quick unless it's hard for you to see. We've got Positive K9 Connections, Tom Swan Central, Meta Graphics, The Nail Bar, MNL Fiber Optics, J. Bowen Foundation, Wiggles and Giggles, and Cooper Lawn Care and Landscape Service. So if you see any of them out while you're in the community, please tell them thank you. I think each of the students has also written them a thank you note. So with that said, I think we can go on ahead and get started. Now, I should say that these scholarships are for just kind of an easy step for them to enter into the career field. So if they need some help with buying uniforms or gas that first week getting to and from, this is just a little pep, so that way it helps them entering into the career field. So.
Thank you, Victoria, for all that you do. I get the privilege of calling the names out today. Let me also communicate that this is not an all-inclusive list. Students had an opportunity to, be recognized, and some are taking advantage of that, some are not, and that's fine. I do want everybody to understand that these are not the only students that we have going to work, but these are the students that we're going to celebrate today, and we're going to celebrate them fully. Please understand that. And if we inadvertently miss somebody, I want everybody to know this. They can always contact my good friend and colleague, Dr. John Jordan, and lodge any complaints. Dr. John Jordan, jjordan@better.org. He'll handle all complaints. All right. Miss Tammy, is Miss Victoria going to be receiving, or are you going to be?
What we're going to do is you're going to call, Victoria can call out your name, and then,
You can call it.
Okay.
yeah, and then
I've got
I'm going to
the
set
checks.
their certificate
Okay.
down so their boss can come over here and sign.
I get to run my mouth. All right, so one of the students we're celebrating today, are we going to do this individually or dual?
Individually.
All right, the first student we're going to celebrate today, going to work for the SAC company, is Mr. Jordan Driggers. Jordan Driggers.
My name is Jordan Driggers. I'm a senior at Meadow College and Career Academy, and I'm going to work for SAC Company. I feel good about it because, I've been doing plumbing for many years with my dad. That's about it.
They're gonna need a larger helmet.
No, it's tied up.
Jordan's going to be joining us in our plumbing department, and we have been seeking after him for a while, and we're really excited to have him on. You know, if he sticks with it, which we hope he does, this is a career, not a job, so it's right in front of him. We hope he seizes it, and we're just excited to have him. Look at that.
There we go.
Jordan, would you like to say anything about, well, anything you'd like? Well, I gotta be very cautious about saying that to Jordan. With most students, I wouldn't be worried about it. Anything you want to say about SAC Company or some of your experiences at school in regards to getting prepared for this opportunity?
Well, first I would like to thank my dad. He's taught me plumbing all my life. And these two kids, they came to the school one day and told me I had an interview that same afternoon. And helping me get the job.
All right.
Get the sign. Yeah, sign that.
Y'all, they really have been after him. They came and did some mock interviews and told him about the positions, and they were trying to hire him right then and there, and I think the very next day he had a job in the home.
Very interesting.
All right, y'all sign.
Yep.
Everybody signed. Did Jordan sign? Okay, you signed your off. I said, get it up. Picture here. Leave the scholarship sign there.
Are we in that or no?
Yes.
No, no, get over there.
Come on,
Yes.
sir. Come on.
You can see we planned this out very well. It's flowing flawlessly.
We just gotta get over the hiccup of the first one. That's all. Okay.
All right. Jordan Driggers, everybody. Also going to work for the SAC Company, Mr. Tyshawn Collins. Tyshawn.
Tyshawn's going to be working in our service department, and I'm really excited for him. We've got some great managers in there that I think are going to really show him the way. So we're just excited to have somebody as eager as he is. So sign that, Tyshawn.
Oh, you don't have his.
And your safety glasses.
Oh, yeah. All right. All right. All right. There we go. Tag off.
We have two individuals that are going to be coming to work for the Chandler County Schools District, and we're really excited about that. And like most things, there's two specific purposes in which they come to work for the Chandler And we're so thankful for each one of those. So the first student we're going to recognize that's coming to work within this Cameron County School District is Ms. Chesley Monroe. Chesley Monroe.
My name's Chesley Monroe, and I'm going to be working at the Metter Elementary School at the daycare. I love the experience about it and all the kids. I love my youngins, all of them, and just mainly the experience of me wanting to pursue my dream about all of it and want to be an educator.
We're extremely excited about Chesley coming to work at Cameron County Schools. She'll continue to work. She's been a student working in our daycare for the last couple of years, and she'll transition to a formal employment status with us. I'm extremely excited about that. She'll also continue her education through a partnership that we have with Georgia Southern, the Parent to Teacher Grant. And so just a great opportunity, and we get her to come back, and we're so excited.
Ms. Chesley Monroe. Another student that we have coming to work for the Cameron County School District, and so excited about this one as well. Got a really unique story that we're so proud to celebrate. Mr. Chase Lanier. Chase Lanier.
Yeah. Put on the spot, no big full matters. Yeah, Chase is coming to work with us. Been here, 2 months or so with us? Yeah. It is hard physical work, which people don't realize. But he's wearing Friday's uniform, I'm wearing Thursdays. He'll get 3 uniforms for next year. Okay. Sign.
Another young man that we're extremely proud of for all of his accomplishments, but particularly in regards to his dedication and determination to serving our country, not just our community. Today we're going to celebrate Mr. Thomas Chicola, bringing the Georgia National Guard.
I'm Rafael Chicola. I'm going to the Army National Guard. I'm ready to serve my state and serve my country.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Staff Sergeant Johnson with the Georgia Army National Guard. I'm honored to be here to support Tommy in his decision with joining the Georgia Army National Guard and to further his career at Georgia Southern University and joining the ROTC program. We're excited to see all the great things that he's going to do and become the absolute best leader he can be to serve our state and to serve our nation.
terms of going on after graduation. Students that we've celebrated thus far are graduating, and they are, making steps or preparations for that next part of their life. And these students are doing that as well. These students will be engaged in an opportunity over the summer to learn some practical, real-world experiences, to be gainfully employed, right? But then they would have every intention of coming back to school next year and continuing their education with either Better High School or Better College and Career Academy, or through a post-secondary partner through dual enrollment. So the first one that we want to recognize, excited about this because it's our first student to actually engage in this particular opportunity. But we want to recognize Ms. Topanga Osteen, who's going to work at Gulfstream Aerospace.
My name is Topanga Osteen. I am in 10th grade, and I got the internship with Gulfstream this summer, and it's going to go into work-based learning next year. And I really like that I got this opportunity, for one, because I'm a girl, and it shows that girls can do it too. And also, I'm the first one from this school, and I really like being one of the first. So hopefully everybody else will kind of be like, hey, look.
Y'all, I'm really proud of Topanga. We worked really hard one Friday night to get the application submitted, and like Mr. Robbie said, this is our first opportunity going down to Gulfstream, and we have been looking for a student for the last 2 years to go down there. And Topanga won't be 16 until the end of this month, and she doesn't have a driver's license, but she knows how to operate heavy equipment, she knows how to do carpentry, she knows how to do welding, and she knows how to do it. So her parents have said yes, we will allow her to drive down to Savannah, so we're really excited, and we're even more excited that she'll be working full-time during the summer, and then hopefully if she enjoys it, they enjoy her, and I'm sure they will. She will do work-based learning next year, and she can work 20 hours, or maybe it's 19 hours a week during the school year next year. And on behalf of Gulfstream, they sent me this package because they couldn't be here, so they really are excited about me joining them. So, and I'm not going to sign for them, but.
Yes, but, and then you sign it again, sorry. Thank you.
Mr. Topanga Osteen. Topanga and this next student that I'm going to recognize, didn't mean to take me in her thunder, I apologize. Topanga and this next student we're going to recognize, they embody what the state of Georgia really implores us to do. They really encourage for students to be in that non-traditional recognition. They refer to it as non-traditional population, but basically we don't typically think of young ladies enjoying things like welding or operating heavy equipment, things of that nature. Don't typically associate young men with enjoying things like culinary or early childhood education. But the state encourages school districts to push students in that direction. And this next student, as well as Topanga, really embodied that. So next, going to work with an internship this summer. The first student we'll recognize going to work with Ace Electric. Their AMP program is Miss Abigail Riker.
Hi, my name is Abigail Reichard, and I just got an internship with Ace Electric. Some things I like about Ace is it gives me new opportunities and new experiences, and it will expose me to the electrical world.
And y'all, Abigail Reichard, like Mr. Robbie said, she is amazing, and whenever Maggie had with Peace in Schools, we kind of schooled everybody up in the SUV outside of Ace Electric. We were practicing our interview skills, our soft skills. Whenever Abigail came out, if you look on Facebook, you'll see it. She said, I think they loved her. And they did. They really loved her. and it's hard not to, but they're going to be working this summer 40 hours a week with Ace Electric. They were disappointed that they couldn't be here, but their main office is actually in Valdosta, and then they were doing some work all over the place, because I think there's like 13 different offices all over the state of, all over the United States. So if she enjoys this, the AMP program provides, they work with work-based learning as well, and so she will have the opportunity to do work-based learning next school year. And I don't know if Robbie said it or not, but she's also accelerated career, so is Topanga. So that technically means they're 10th graders, but they could actually graduate next year. But we're not encouraging them to do that because we want them to get as many skills and certificates as they can. They can still work. They could work part-time and still be getting, free education through Pope and still be a high school student and graduate later.
Miss Abigail Riker. These next two young men that we're going to recognize one at a time, but I'd say this about both of them. They're both hardworking, both very intelligent, and both desire to really expand upon their opportunities for the future. So they will also be taking advantage of the opportunity at Ace Electric through their AMP program. The first one we'll recognize is Mr. Giovanni Hernandez. Giovanni.
My name is Giovanni Hernandez, and I'm a junior here at Metter High School, and I'm going to be working at the ACE program this summer. And honestly, I feel great about it. ACE is an amazing company, even though they couldn't show. I know they still care about me, hopefully. And I'm just ready to work with electricity.
Okay, so next we have Giovanni, and he drove his own souped-up truck over to Ace. He's very independent. He said he knows some names, and he was going to throw them around during the interview. So he came out, if you check out his video, he said, "Hey, I think I can see myself here." But the most priceless thing that he said, "This makes me happy." So we hope that at the end of the summer, after working 40 hours a week, that he is still happy and motivated to do maybe the work-based learning next school year. But also, he's also been in Mr. Tom Golden's class this past year doing the entrepreneurship program. And he's starting, he's not starting, he has a car detailing business. So if anybody in here needs their car detailed, this is the man for you. He's the business owner of, what's the name of your business? The Shine on Wheels. So you can see him for his business card. And also that bag is for you too, so don't let me forget it.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, sign. You guys sign.
Mr. Giovanni Hernandez. And the last student we'd like to recognize this morning is Mr. Angel Cisneros. Angel. I was only teasing. We're not going to recognize Angel Cisneros this morning. Are we? He's here. He's doing something very briefly. All right. So we are going to recognize him. I was trying to make a joke because I got caught off guard. But what we're going to do is we're going to recognize Angel after Dr. Longerer gives a few words of encouragement.
Can we wait 1 second? We have one student just got some fantastic news, and we wanted to include him today.
Yes, we can do whatever Miss Tammy and Miss Nicole.
So this is Daniel Rodriguez. I don't let,
So I'm not with DOS. I am an official employee of DOS, but I don't get paid. I'm Hannah. I'm with the Candler County Industrial Authority, and I just learned this morning that he got hired by DOS, and I'm responsible for recruiting them here, and that's why I do what I do. So I'm very honored to be up here with Daniel today. So we will get you a real certificate and a real check, but we're going to go ahead and let you sign right there.
Last but not least, we do want to recognize the fact that Angel Cisneros is going to be going to work with Ace Electric through their AMP program. And again, we have many more students that are doing things, but how wonderful it is that we had the opportunity this morning to celebrate just some of our students and some of the things that they're doing. You know what? Let's recognize Angel this morning.
So Angel is also one of the students that went over in the Tiger SUV, the sweat camp that was casing out Ace Electric that day. And if you check out his video, he was priceless because he had went, and he's very smart and well-spoken. And then when he got back in the car, he said, he was telling us all about it. And I said what I needed to say, and I asked some questions I needed to ask. He said, oh, my heart's still pounding. So it lets you know that the students, I mean, we are students, and so we are nervous. I mean, you think about it, you're nervous when you go into the job. They are extremely nervous. That's their first time probably. And when he said that, it was just priceless because he said, you know, but we were really proud of him, and he's going to do a super job. And one of the things that he said was that he enjoyed helping people, and that even if he didn't get this job, there was a lot of people in his community that he could cut grass for and help people. And so they're getting an awesome employee. So congratulations, Angel. So now, but don't turn when you rush to go to Ace.
Thank you, Dr. Dottom. You know, one of the keys to being successful is being flexible, adaptable, and maintaining a good attitude throughout the whole process. So let's give it up for our MC, Dr. Robbie. Got off just a little bit, and honestly, there's so many traits that are required to be successful in life. And part of it is showing up, being coachable, and having a great attitude. I'm so proud of you young folks over here. Just a small representation of so many good things going on in our college and career academy and our high school. I want to thank our community partners, our staff, parents, these students, for buying into the idea that career is a blessing from the Lord. And I believe that 100%. When you think about the value of a career, there's a lot of scripture that even talks about the value of having a career. Proverbs 10:4 says, "A slack hand leads to poverty, but a diligent hand leads to much richness." And that means staying busy, being productive, getting after it all the time. And I think the richness part there is not just for a monetary value, but there's some intrinsic value that comes from I've produced, I've provided for somebody else, and I had a good day's work today. And I'm a strong believer in that, and I think our College and Career Academy, and really our whole system, K through 12, reflect that. You know, as I think about these young folks getting a work ethic, having an opportunity to go and do, you know, our society's different than it was 40 years ago. And all of us, as we get older, we like to say, oh, these kids don't work as hard as we did, but they've been saying that for hundreds of years. But the reality is, our society's changed in the sense that there's not a lot of small farms around the community where kids are brought up doing chores and doing things. Parents are working. Kids might spend more time on the computer, have less chores around the house and farm as it might have been 40 years ago. Our school system realized that. They said, we're going to take a diligent and focused effort on trying to prepare every one of our students for a career after high school. And again, it's community partnership. It's Hannah Mullins and Victoria and so many others outside that jump in line with that focus. So I'm grateful for that. You know, we've had some success, but, you know, we're driven to continue to try to get better. Our goal is for 100% of our graduates to have a plan for a career beyond graduation. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, our focus was on how many kids can we get to graduate? What percentage of our students can we get to graduate? But we started talking among ourselves and says, we've said it's really more important of what are our kids doing after they graduate. What are we preparing them for? Are we preparing them to graduate or preparing them for success beyond graduation? Just so thankful for our team, our high school staff, College and Career Academy, really our whole K through 12 staff, and of course parents. Without your support and focus on that, it wouldn't be successful either. Our commitment is to continue to get better, and you guys have paved the way for others behind you that say, I want to do exactly what they do. So thank y'all. Thank you for being here. I think that is the end of our ceremony. Dr. Dollar's going to give an announcement.
We invite everybody that desires to. We've got